The governor made this criticism too. Said you really didn't cut much state spending. You really didn't merge any agencies. The impression is left, I think, that maybe Democrats are protecting state employees who are unionized state employees who are basically your allies on a lot of issues. Isn't there room when other companies and other entities in the world right now are cutting back, laying off people? Shouldn't the state government be doing that too, or not?
That's right. They should be. And when the governor says we're not, she's not telling the truth.
Well, how many layoffs are there in your budget? How many agency mergers or layoffs are there in this budget?
We have eliminated every single vacant position in state government, including those that were intended to be refilled. We have as much labor concession as the governor has, actually about 30 million more, and we believe that the governor has disadvantaged the state by negotiating for labor concessions based on a $6 billion deficit that she knew was almost $3 billion short, as opposed to what the true deficit is of $8.7 billion. We're expecting more in labor concessions than we are from business in the form of any new business taxes. So this is a very realistic budget. We've tried to have everybody at the table. We know that everybody has to provide some help. There needs to be responsibility from all quarters. That's what we've tried to do. The governor, unfortunately, tried to sell the state a bill of goods that was simply not true or accurate. She deliberately ignored the fact that we had a much larger deficit than we do. And as I said before, Steve, if we used the governor's numbers, we wouldn't have to raise taxes either, because we're actually cutting more in state spending than the governor did. So when she says we're not cutting, she's not reading our budget, and she's not being honest about the budget.
What about that? You're shaking your head about that, but that's been a point that's been made since her budget came out, and even in recent news releases, the governor has said the deficit is increasing.
There's no question about it, Steve. What are we talking about it for? The governor came back with her budget on January 7th, based, as he said, on November numbers. That's when she had to present our budget. Guess what? 4th. It's 3 months later.
Well, she said that had to do with the printing schedule for the budget, but why
are we discussing the governor right now? We are the legislative branch. It is our job to form a budget.
So the governor's budget doesn't matter anymore. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is we're talking about the budget that the legislature put out through its Appropriations and Finance Committee. That's our job. Let's stop passing the buck.